Hi everyone, welcome to this month's video featuring the Big 6 and 60 and looking at how to illustrate Portrait of a Graduate using Adobe Express. So as you know, this year we've been using a Portrait of a Graduate as our theme for each month of the year. Now that we are at the end of the school year in May, we wanted to use this month as a look back at 1 year with Portrait of a Graduate and do kind of like a summary or a reflection piece looking at how all of these pieces can come into play in your classroom with some of the tech tools that we use in Jordan District. So follow along for the ride as we look at each one of these in 60 seconds or less. This was a great guided activity that I found in Adobe Express.
First step is
for
Curious Thinker.
So in this guided activity, your students can learn how to make this interesting graphic where they use generative AI to generate a self-portrait and then overlay a list of characteristics about themselves and how they see themselves about the world. And that's the beauty of Portrait of a Graduate. These are characteristics that students can really see themselves as and identify as. And this is a great way to kind of put that into a visual poster that students can share with friends and family. Creative problem solver is such a great characteristic from Portrait of a Graduate. It's all about
Next, we have Creative Problem Solver.
Finding out problems and seeking out possible solutions. And so I thought this guided activity in Adobe Express would be great because it's a way for you to think of a product that doesn't exist and you're using generative AI to dream up that thing into existence. So what an interesting puzzle for students to practice their thinking skills in. Engaged Citizen is all about being a productive, functioning member of society and contributing to the group as a whole. And I loved this guided activity in Adobe Express because it's having you create a public service announcement. So it's a way to kind of look at your community, see what the community needs, and provide information to that community so that everyone can learn and benefit together. Now, there's a lot of ways that people can use Adobe Express to communicate themselves.
Next up, we have
a new guided activity that I thought was great, using the video record feature to create a learning self-reflection. So students learning how to communicate what they've learned and how they've grown over the course of the year using Adobe Express, I think is a great win all around. Resilient Lifelong Learner is all about being able to look ahead and
Resilient Lifelong Learner
and overcome anything that may arise in your learning journey. And this lesson from Adobe Express asks the students to think of what they want their future self to be and to create a generative AI image that represents that future goal. So what a great way to practice being a resilient lifelong learner by thinking ahead and envisioning yourself in your dream job and what you want your life to be like. Great activity. This part of Portrait of a Graduate is such a great way to kind of
last but not least,
encapsulate all of those really valuable soft skills that we want our students to develop. So how do you work in a group? How do you incorporate everyone's skills and weaknesses and help everyone feel like that they can learn and grow? And so this guided activity, students can create like a gratitude poster, gratitude list using different elements in Adobe Express. And I think it's such a good way to kind of start the conversation about how to be a good group member by first recognizing and identifying the things that you bring to the table and the things that you're grateful for. So this could be a great starting place for any group work that you do in your classroom.
Thanks for joining us and for this exploration of Portrait of a Graduate and a quick look back on all the ways that you can use Adobe Express to practice these valuable skills and creative learning experiences for your students. We will link all of the guided activities in the video description below so that you can check them out after this video. Thanks for watching.